The main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM with the news at this time. My name is Josh Van Sleckman. Thank you for joining us. Let's get to the news in the details. President Irfaan Ali's transparency deficit in oil sector widens. ExxonMobil's production, local content and other reports remain hidden from the public scrutiny. After 1 year in office, the Irfaan Ali administration has still done little to set itself apart from its predecessor on the disclosure of information, all the while maintaining a tight political grip on the sector. Despite his claim that his government has been transparent, a deficit still persists and widens. Just recently, ExxonMobil disclosed that it has submitted its local content report for the first half of 2021 to the Ministry of Natural Resources. Why hasn't this report been released so that the public can conduct its own verification process and hold the oil giant to account? Also hidden from the public scrutinies are Exxon's low production reports in the Stabroek block. The results of the audit for the $460 million Exxon said was spent pre-2015 in search of oil, as well as the $1 billion in expenses that was spent to develop the Liza Phase 1 operations. The report that was done on the Payara Field Development Plan by the controversial Canadian politician Alison Redford also remains hidden from the public eye. Get in today's Kaieteur News a list of other key tasks in the oil sector which augur well for transparency but has not been completed by the Ali administration. Meanwhile, government retenders single project 4 times for items supplied by only one company. Practice clearly points to stage being set for favored contractor. The procurement practices being employed at the Ministry of Agriculture's National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, NDIA, is coming under increasing scrutiny, with evidence surfacing to suggest that the budget agency is in fact turning down what appears to be competitive bids and opting to retender for a project that can be sole source. Additionally, each new round of retendering by the NDIA sees the proposed price being quoted by contractors skyrocketing. Compounding the situation, in fact, that the materials being requested by NDIA are for a specific type of steel sheet piles, and according to a reliable insider, there is only one company that provides steel sheet pilings at a required specification. It was explained that government could sole source the material for as little as $1 million when the related charges are added on. Instead, the option to repeatedly retender for a specific type of material that can only be sourced from one supplier is raising eyebrows among some in the industry. This, coupled with the repeated retendering, according to the insider, has to be questioned publicly, since it can only point to the government setting the stage to have some favored contractors to get the contract, a contractor that would eventually have to purchase the steel from the same company. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur News. Meanwhile, selling natural gas requires further technical studies. Exxon confidential report and premature supply estimates can lead to inefficient investment planning. The government has conceded that it is not fully aware of the specific amounts of associated natural gas or its make-up to be had for the Liza 1 oil field in the Stabroek block being produced by the Liza Destiny oil vessel. The administration is, however, pushing ahead with the Gas Ashore project as a transitional energy source, but according to the Stabroek block operator, identification of excess associated gas volumes for utilization and commercialization requires a substantial technical due diligence. This warning was given to the administration by ExxonMobil in a confidential 2018 document in which the company outlined the associated gas is a critical component of the oil field management to ensure efficient oil recovery and to fuel the FPSO. Understanding oil production requirements is the priority. To this end, oil major cautioned the gas supply estimates could prove highly misleading if provided prematurely and lead to inefficient investment planning. In other news, a man was on Friday stabbed by his sister for reportedly intervening when she scolded their father for drinking. Injured and hospitalized is 30-year-old Mahindra Mohabir of Lancaster Village, Quarantine. His sister, who stabbed him, has since been arrested by police. According to the police, the woman had stabbed her brother around 19 hours 50 after at her home located in the village in Quarantine. Her father has been drinking with Mohabir at his home in Lancaster Village, along with other relatives that afternoon. After the drinking session ended, he decided to drop his father home. Mohabir's sister met them outside on the bridge and began scolding her father about his drinking. Mohabir intervened and his sister turned her attention to him. An argument between the two saw the sister reminded him about his father's medical condition. As the argument intensified, Mohabir accused the sister of frequently beating up their father and warned her not to do it again while taking him into the yard. This move reportedly aggravated the sister even more, that led to the heated cuss-out between the two. We understand that their mother, upon hearing the commotion between her children, ran downstairs with a cutlass and allegedly broadsided Mohabir. While the woman continued to confront Mohabir, his sister reportedly left and returned armed with a knife, which she used to stab him to his arms. Mobile patrol ranks were able to apprehend one of 3 occupants from a car who had opened fire on them at the Kaieteur-Mackenzie-Linden area. According to a police release, a woman was among the 2 remaining occupants who had managed to escape. The incident took place at around 1:30 on Friday. Ranks who were involved with the patrol operations reported that they were initially patrolling an area in the close proximity of to 5 Corner Mackenzie when they heard rapid gunshots coming from the area. During the high-speed chase, the motor car veered off to the road and crashed into the fence of the Mackenzie's club before it turned turtle. The man who reportedly shot at the cop exited, jumped on top of the fence and started to run. Police reported that a woman was seen crawling out of the car as well. She reportedly made good her escape along with another male occupant of the car, but the shooter was captured by police after he was found hiding in some nearby bushes. And finally, at this time, the watchman guarding the property of the Mahaika businessman Harilal Motilal, better known as Jinga Hari, ran away again on Thursday after GRA officials broke into his property for the second time this month. Motilal and his family were not at home when GRA officers invaded his premises on Thursday. However, he said that the watchman related to him that they came in 4 pickups around 23 hours. His watchman was reportedly at the back of his property when the officers used a white Toyota Hilux pickup to bulldoze his metal gate in order to gain entry. As the gate broke, the watchman, as he did on previous occasion, fled because he was fearful that the officers would shoot him. Motilal said that the watchman reported the matter to him the following morning and he visited the property. There he related his metal gate was broke and a wide open tire truck leaded into his premises. There he related that his metal gate was broken and wide open with tire tracks leading to his premises. The neighbors, he said, corroborated his watchman's story and related to him that the pickup used to bulldoze his gate had a PYY 899 license plate. This is the second time for the month that Motilal's property was invaded by the GRA officers. And before we wrap things up here on your main newscast, let me turn my attention to page 7 of the Kaieteur News that is dedicated to being blunt. When will this nation have a government that is prepared to truly serve the people? When will citizens of this nation really be able to take elected leaders at their word? Are our leaders really about the business of developing this nation or developing themselves, families and cronies? Guyanese, the answers are simple. Just pay attention to the actions of our leaders. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and at 99.5 FM. Allow me to remind you that you can get the full details of these stories and much more by picking up a copy of the Kaieteur News at the newsstand near you or head across to our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com. My name is Josh Evanis Leckman. Thank you for joining us. Have a great remainder of your Sunday morning, encouraging you to practice social distancing and most of all to wear your face mask and practice good hand hygiene. So long.